Hello, everybody. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late today, but I'm mobile and we had a little bit of technical difficulties. Tonight, we got to talk about this condo, $50,000 for a one bedroom somewhere near Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. And of course, it's SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. So, of course, we have a lot more to talk about than just real estate investing. And welcome. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, I want to thank you so much for being here, waiting for me a little bit. We're about to get into this shortly, but I want to talk about real estate investing, no qualifying, no credit check, no barriers to entry. Also, it's near Punta Cana. I will also get into a few other things as well, but I'm sitting here with a problem in the back office, so it's going to be very, very interesting. But nonetheless, the show still will go on. It will not matter. So let's get into it, shall we? First of all, let me see who's in the house tonight. Looks like Jawway J is the first one up. A real estate investor in the Dominican Republic is here. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He brings his tagline with that icon I humbly appreciate. And the tagline reads, "Hello, SSN Nation. Hope everyone is doing well. Received notification, saw the trailer, and he smashed the like button. The trifecta. Thank you so much for that. I greatly appreciate it. Also in the house tonight, Victor Marrero, the retiree that's about to become Mr. Worldwide over the next 3 months as he travels the world. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He too, with that icon I humbly appreciate, as a member of the channel. Also a real estate investor in the house. He brings his tagline this evening. Hello, all. Let's do this. That's what we do here. We make things happen. We talk about the hard things to talk about because, as you guys know, I get excited when somebody says I can buy a one-bedroom condo pre-construction for $50,000 or $53,000 or $56,000. I have to take a check. And when we check these things, I want to make sure that it's not just a pool and a fitness room. And you know, the fitness room is usually going to have cardiovascular stuff. We're not talking about free weights and all that, right? So then when somebody tells me, no, it's not just a pool and a fitness room, that there's going to be a commercial complex out front. And I'm like, okay, sure. What? 5,000 square feet or something. And you have a few office spaces or whatever. No, 30,000 square feet, 2 levels high. I said, oh, you have my attention thus far. But tell me about these amenities, because as you guys know, if you're a real estate investor and you're thinking about using it as such for tourism, now you have to start asking, what else do you have in the complex for somebody to rent from me versus somebody else that has nothing but a pool and a fitness room? And okay, I'm glad you have a complex out front. All right, that actually aids to it. Right in front of the project entrance. I like that. So that means, and we already know, get this, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to have a bank. Yes, I haven't said where it's located yet. It's going to have a bank for sure. It's going to have the studio also for this project, Vistancia, and it's going to have a few other businesses that's going to be there, such as the fitness and gym. That's right. Fitness gym will be in that commercial zone. At least that's how they're laying it out. All right. Now, we'll get into this shortly. But first, before I do that, let me see what I want to bring up first. I want to bring up a few things that's needed because this is not in Los Corrales, the tourist location. Los Corrales, El Cuartecito, that's the main tourist location. It's not going to be downtown, but most of you here may have heard of Larimar and Cruise on Land. Now, Larimar and Cruise on Land, they're not quote unquote near town, I guess. But I just have to remind people a few things. When we stay in Los Corrales, my favorite location to stay at the moment because it's built for tourists, and we have to leave to go from Los Corrales to downtown where the Jumbo Market is, it takes like 15 to 20 minutes because of the traffic situation. Well, this place is out by Larimar and Cruise on Land. In fact, it's in between Larimar and Cruise on Land. So if you're on the highway, you'll come up to the entrance to Larimar first. And then, according to them, 6 kilometers, 7 kilometers down is where you come into Vistancia. And then a couple of kilometers past that is when you come into Cruise on Land. Now, I've been out there before, and I do not remember the distance between when we came out the Larimar to go down to Cruise on Land. It did not seem that far. It didn't seem like it was 10 kilometers away. But that's only a mile and a half. So maybe that's why it didn't seem, the kilometers make it seem like it's further apart. So if somebody says 6 kilometers, 7 kilometers, that's like 1 mile. And then if you're only 2 kilometers from Cruise on Land, that's like what is that, a quarter of a mile? Something like that. So in my mind, a mile down is not that far. So that's what we're talking about on the freeway. So keep those signature spots in mind. Cruise on Land, you have to understand what they are and who they are. Now, remember, this is going to be about, well, Vistancia is going to be about 25 minutes from downtown Punta Cana, which makes it presently about 35 minutes from the airport, if distance matters to you. Now, I'm going to say something that most people who go to Dominican Republic, they stay in all-inclusive resorts. All-inclusive because they have a lot of things in there, the restaurants, several of them, several bars, restaurants, the beach, fitness, of course, the fitness room and whatever else they're going to have, right? Rock climbing, water parks, all this. When somebody stays in these all-inclusive locations, you don't care how far you are from downtown, right? So you have to consider that when you are buying as a rental for short term for tourists. You have to think like a hotel. A hotel being 30 minutes from downtown Punta Cana or the airport, nobody's going to stay at your all-inclusive if all you have is a few pools and a few bars and a restaurant, right? If they do stay there, they're not going to be paying you no $500 or $700 per night. They'll pay you maybe $50 a night or $75 or $100 a night. But this is why they design these all-inclusive, so you have no reason to leave. That should be your same mindset when you are buying real estate in a tourist location. Don't make no mistake about it. Punta Cana, tourist location. Yes, it's going to be a city also, but it's not designed to be a city where people live. That's why they're making all these condos, condo hotels, all of these projects, because they realize some people are going to live there, but the majority of people are looking at it towards an investment. So let's get back to Vistancia, because this is going to be very important. Yep, here we go. Victor Morel says 1 mile is no. You mean 1 mile isn't 1 mile? 1 mile is, wait a minute, 0.6, right? Okay, here, I'll have to do this because either I have my math off. I thought it was like 6 kilometers, 1 mile. Oh, I see what my did. Yeah, that's a ways. It's not that far. Let's see what it says. Let me get my bearings right. 1 mile, doesn't 1 mile, it's not 1.6. Isn't it 0.6? Oh, it is 1.6 kilometers. So then if it's not 10 miles away. I can tell you that right now. So my numbers were off. 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers. Okay, hold on. I'll do it this way. 6 kilometers, 2 miles. Let's see what that is. Because it is not. It's okay. 3 miles. Okay, 6 kilometers is 3 miles. 3 kilometers was 1.8. So I changed my math lately, I guess. I'm off. Yeah, that's 1.86. That's what the Larimar is ultimately going to have is 3 kilometers of their beach clubs. So it's 1.8 miles. So 6 kilometers, yeah, that's 3 points. It's not 3.6 miles apart, I don't think. But 3.6 miles once you're on the freeway, that's what, 4 minutes? 5 minutes. So maybe it is that far because it didn't seem that long. But okay, let's say the guy is correct. He said 7 miles from Larimar is 4 miles. And then he said it's like another 2 or 3. So I'll just say 9. That's 5 miles. Okay, 5 minutes. That kind of makes sense. In my mind, I was like, it wasn't seemingly that far. But okay, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever. So between Larimar and Cruise on Land, there's a 5-minute drive. Let's call it 6-minute drive max. In between is Vistancia. Thank you so much, Victor Marrero, for clarifying because it didn't seem like we went that far. It seemed like we got in the car, got on the freeway, and then it was like right there. So yeah, 3 to 5 minutes, it was right there. So it's not that far. So I just want to point it out. Thank you so much for clarifying, though, because that means the guy, what he was saying is right when he was saying 6 or 7 kilometers. And I'm like, didn't seem that far to get down to Cruise on Land. So anyhow, Vistancia is in between Vistancia Caribe Residences. Is where this is. Here we go. The first man that bought when it first opened like 9 or 8 months ago, Joe Nay is in the house. He actually owns at Vistancia Caribe Residences. What I'm talking about today, and I'm not going to tell you how much he bought his for because that was 8, 9 months ago or 7 months ago. It was a lot lower. Can you believe that? Lower than 50 grand? Incredible. All right, Joe Nay, welcome. Another investor is here to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. With that icon, I humbly appreciate. And he brings his tagline. Good evening, SSN Nation. I hope everybody is doing well. It's Money Making Monday up in here. Exactly. That's what we do. We have to talk. I saw the trailer, got the notification, and I just one piece smashed that like button. He's done the trifecta. Thank you so much for that. That is awesome. All right, let's go. Victor Morel says it isn't that far as long as there aren't any traffic lights. Exactly. There's no traffic lights, Victor Morel. It's straight up. So you don't have to stop. But yeah, that's why it seems so quick, and it is quick when we talk about 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, the reason why this matters, just so you guys understand, if you're going to be, it's the same thing that they're marketing like downtown. When they build condos, and all they have is a pool and a fitness room, and then they go, but your project is downtown. And you're like, well, I'm like, what's going on? What do you mean? I need amenities. They're like, yeah, the amenities are Coco Bongo. I got to pay to go to Coco Bongo. The amenities are there's a restaurant downtown, Dolphin Discovery downtown, the Caribbean Lake Park downtown. I'm like, I have to go pay for all these things. I can do that on my own. What kind of amenities is a pool and a fitness room? If I want to go do something, I have to, there's no restaurants. There's El Patio area that has the restaurants and music. But again, I have to go, what, a kilometer away, I guess, maybe, to get there by walking, which is still short. I mean, it's not that far. But all I'm trying to say is the amenities is everything that I would pay for anyhow, no matter where I'm staying. I could be staying anywhere near Punta Cana on the other side of the freeway in Las Brisas area and come across the freeway and go downtown. Is that an amenity? I don't count that as amenity because I'm renting. Now, people are going to say, I want to stay downtown, which is a feature. So people will stay there. Now, that is great. That is good. You're close to the airport and you're close to the beach, right? So naturally, that'll be a selling point for downtown. And that's why people would buy downtown. Now, the reason why I'm taking it from this angle differently than other times is because if you're going to be 25 minutes away from downtown, then why would somebody stay out all the way at Vistancia? Right? Well, if Larimar and Cruise on Land are not there, then we wouldn't even be talking about this because there would be no reason to stay 25 minutes out of the way because anything we want to do, we would be thinking we got to go 25 minutes into Punta Cana. But luckily, there's going to be Larimar and Cruise on Land each side of it. And the reason I bring this up is because this is going to be unique, just like kind of downtown. When somebody says we're staying at Vistancia, and I'll give you some more amenities, some people who staying at Vistancia is going to go, hey, man, you know, like 2 minutes away, there's a water park at Cruise on Land that we can go to, same as downtown. Somebody's going to go, and they have man-made beach over there, and they have a casino over there, and they have buggy rides and a roller coaster. And by the way, there's a band playing this weekend because they have an amphitheater. All of that is the same mindset that when you say I'm going to buy downtown, right? Now, Cap Cana, which is, you know, the upscale side of things, you buy in Cap Cana, and there is nothing other than you have a golf course and a Juanillo Beach and, you know, another beach over there. But there isn't anything that you can just roll into, right? But people still buy there. But that's basically because it's an upscale luxury neighborhood, has a pool, has 5-star hotels, yada, yada, and all that, right? Okay. Well, there's going to be hotels at Cruise on Land. Now, I just talked about Cruise on Land for a second. If Larimar does what they're supposed to do, there's going to be a mall at Larimar, man-made beach clubs that you can see the water, and a few other things, golf course, casino, medical facility, college, I mean, whatever, but sports complex, things like this. So now you could say, okay, I can go 3 minutes that way, 4 minutes that way. I'll be in a mall, 5 minutes actually, because you got to drive into it. You'll have a mall, shopping, you'll have everything there. So within 5 minutes in either direction, you have so-called amenities, restaurants, bars, beach clubs, tiki bar. So Victor Morero is going to be coming up visiting. And so all these kind of things you have within. Now, it's not, well, I don't think you're going to walk it, but some people might, I guess. But all I'm trying to say is that is something that's there. And I see Jawway J mentioning Cap Cana, which has that El Dorado water park. But see, the El Dorado water park is no different than staying at Vistancia and paying to go into the Cruise on Land water park. Because at Cap Cana, you have to pay to go into the water park. It's not free. So that's my whole point, actually. is what Jaway J has. I'm scanning through the whole list a little bit, but that was my whole point. If you want to go to the water park in Cap Cana, you got to pay. The only difference is it's in the same Cap Cana gates. But my point I'm trying to make is your guest at Vistancia, you can say the water park is right there, 2 minutes down the road. That's an amenity that people can live with 2 minutes down the road. They're not going to live with 25 minutes down the road. All right. They'll live with 10 minutes down the road or 5, but 25 minutes, that's not going to cut it. So that is actually the whole point that I'm trying to make about it, is that you have amenities nearby that you can access that aren't just a pool and a fitness room. Now, let's get to Vistancia, shall we? Because I should probably do something else. I'm going to go down this list here because Victor Morel, it isn't that far as long as there aren't any traffic lights. Exactly. Eric, you left out El Dorado Water Park in Cap Cana. Yeah, I saw your message. That's why I started talking about it, because that's exactly the point I'm trying to also make. Even if you stay at Cap Cana, it's not like you can go there free. So people call that an amenity. And again, here in the SSN Nation, we don't call amenities stuff that we have to go pay to enter, right? That's not an amenity. Anybody can go and pay to go to the El Dorado Water Park, right? Anybody can go pay. That is fine. Everybody can go pay to get into the Caribbean Lake Park. So you can say it's an amenity. That's fine. But if you start saying those are amenities, such as Coco Bongo, such as being downtown because they have restaurants, and just because they have Dolphin Discovery and Caribbean Lake Park, then that means you could say that about any place if you have to pay. We're not trying to do that. You, as an investor, you need to represent your place. You need to say, hey, man, when you're staying here, this is what we have here. That's complimentary. Complimentary is what matters when you do short-term rentals. That is number one. I will tell you guys a story here shortly, because I have done island rentals in places like Hawaii. All right, St. Martin. Okay, I've done island stuff a lot. And so tourist destinations in Mexico versus water, not on the water. You want to know what happens? When people go a lot of times and they actually don't want to stay at a hotel, right? They look for they have 4 people with them. So they're looking for a 2-bedroom unit. Hotels traditionally don't have 2 bedrooms. And if they do, you got to pay an arm and a leg. So then they go, oh, I'll just look at Airbnb. And they're like, oh, we'll pay $350, $400, whatever it is. It's not all inclusive. But the reason why they're going to pay that is because they know when they show up, they're hearing things like, if you go to Maui and you go say, I want to stay at what's the Kanapali Beach Club. All right. You may say, I'll tell you it's on the beach, but you'll say, well, it's not in Lahaina, in the city downtown. And I'm like, okay, and your point being, I don't understand. When you stay downtown, it's the same thing. There's a beach right there. The mall or shopping's right there. And that's it. You don't have nothing else. But if you stay over here, which is only 3 minutes up the road, you got mini golf. You got a volcano type pool water slide going on. You got restaurants. You got a little club atmosphere. All this, you start adding up, free parking. And the next thing you know, they're just like, well, wait a minute, hold on. What did you say? All these little amenities that are on site starts adding up, because where they're going to stay at, there's none. So these extra things that you can start adding in matters. And when the price is lower, all of a sudden you win. They're not going to care that they're 20 minutes from the beach, 10 minutes from the beach. But in the example I gave you, that was beach. All right, Victor Morel, exactly. There has to be an incentive for renter to stay around that area. If so, they'll think twice to leave the area just for the same amenities downtown, especially if they're more expensive. Exactly. And Victor Marrero also, just so you guys know, he owns at Margaritaville in Orlando. So he actually owns there the same reason that I'm trying to that I'm explaining here now, because Margaritaville has all kinds of things: water parks, game rooms, fitness rooms, spa. You're not leaving. They got shopping. You're not leaving. So therefore, can you believe they can charge somebody for a 2-bedroom cottage $500 a night, $600 a night, $495 a night, but any of them prices I just gave you plus tax? That is incredible. But there's a reason, because the people come and they're like, I don't have to leave. I don't have to do anything. Everything I can do is right here. And when I want to go to Disney, we take the Disney shuttle and we're there. They're paying the extra money because of all the amenities. So hopefully you guys understand it matters why and at the price point you're buying at. So let's get back to Vistancia, Caribe Residences. I get excited when I see $50,000 for a 1-bedroom. And I'm thinking that's going to be the usual. Okay, what are you selling me? 50,000, 53,000. It's only going to be 300 square feet, like a studio unit, and you're going to call it a 1-bedroom. I said, come on. Then I look and I'm like, holy smokes. Can you believe this? It's not. It's actually 50 square meters. I'm like, wait a minute. 45, 47? That's 500 square feet, no matter how you slice it. And so that changes everything. Paul Castillo, another investor in the house. Speaking of cruise on land in Larimar, this young man owns it both locations. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon I humbly appreciate next to his name. And he says, hello, SSN family. I hope everyone is doing well. We're especially after this hurricane damage. I forgot to mention that as well. Hopefully everybody down in Florida, North Carolina, and throughout the area is safe, because there was some casualties, and that is very, very sad, because you keep telling people it's going to be dangerous. And they were up to 44 last I heard, and it's probably higher than that right now that lost their lives. James Way, another man understands the power of investing, is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to his name, which I humbly appreciate. And he says, hello, everyone. Got the notifications. Tomorrow is the 1st, and you all know that this rent is too damn high. Time of the month. He's got that right. And since the rent is too damn high, that's why you have to have investments, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Nay, when I first started research and development and speaking with developers, much love to at Mo Better, who first announced Vistancia several months ago, I was told that they have plans for villas. See, you're not supposed to be saying anything like this, Joe Nay. They're not supposed to be saying these villas at Vistancia are supposed to be behind the apartments. See, Joe Nay, you're not supposed to be saying this, because this is not official information. Because, okay, since he let the cat out the bag, we'll talk about something here. Victor Marrero says, good example, Margaritaville. Renters will stay at the water park there instead of driving to Disney water park because it's closer and less expensive. Exactly. Plus, the water rides are newer and less crowded. Exactly. A whole bunch of perks. That's why. Rydell Cabezas is in the house. Another extraordinaire investor is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to your name, which I humbly appreciate. Also, how can I forget? Always say hello to the wife, man. Hello, SSN Nation. Watching and learning as always. 50K sounds good. Missed most of the info. We haven't got to the info yet, Rydell Cabezas. I've delayed it a little bit because I just wanted to set up where it is. You know, Vistancia is between Larimar and Cruise on Land. All right? Just keep that in mind. It's roughly from Larimar, it appears that it might be like a 3 to 4 minute drive. And over to Cruise on Land from Vistancia seems to be probably a 2 or 3 minute ride. So that puts them close by. So they all can play off of each other. I should put it this way. Larimar and Cruise on Land can play off of each other. Vistancia gets to have market that their citizens, customers can play off of each of the amenities that the others, even though you got to pay. But nonetheless, if you're going to be 25 minutes from downtown, you're going to need something. All right. Now, let's get into it, shall we? I'm going to break out the brochure. If I get disconnected while we're doing this, I will come back in. Just give me a few minutes, all right? Because, again, I am mobile in a hotel. So just letting you guys know that I don't know how good this connection is. It's the first live stream that we're going to be trying. Now, I don't know what page that is, but that's page 1. Okay. Now, they're going to have, okay, let's talk about phases. I should have done that first. First phase, second phase, third phase, fourth phase. They are selling right now phase 1, phase 2. There's other prices to come. Now, just to let you know, see this picture right here? These are renderings. What you see, you would have to pay close attention to. These are the commercial areas, 2 floors. All right. Already, well, it's said, but who's to say, over a year or whatever, somebody could change their mind. But there's definitely going to be a bank. Well, not definite, but they say there's going to be a bank there. They say that there's going to be a fitness gym here also. All right. Just so everybody understands, their website mentions fitness, state-of-the-art fitness gym or whatever. I needed clarification on this because that costs a lot of money to make. I don't think you're going to sell me a $50,000 1-bedroom condo for that. So the clarification to me in my mind was this. They're going to have an outdoor fitness area. You guys know what those look like. That's the old school thing. Like they used to have the jungle gyms and some other type of outdoorsy weightlifting type of stuff, right? So that's what they're going to have inside Vistancia. This fitness gym place, which is going to have memberships, that's going to be out front in this commercial zone area, just so you guys understand. All right. And yes, the answer is no, it's not included in your HOAs. You will have a discount, though, if you want to come to this place. But from what I understand, it's not included. All right. So, again, I'm still doing some research on this. I was talking with the guys, Ralph. I was talking with him yesterday for a couple hours, and I have to ask the questions, and these are my takeaways, just so you guys understand. All right. Now, let's see what else we got going on here. This is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 53 square meters. Now, the 53 square meters is going to be very, very interesting. All right. We'll get into that if they show the floor plans. Oh, I keep forgetting. Here we go. Now, they have a second 1-bedroom, 55.75 square meters, which is very, very interesting. 52, well, let's call it 53,000. All right. Make it simple. Here goes another one that's 59 square meters, which is 56,000. Now, I don't know that much about the differences. One of these days, we'll have somebody on from the development team, and they can come give us a presentation as well, because it always breaks down into, when we're talking about a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom for 76 square meters, how much of this is interior and how much is it actually of the interior construction? Because usually it's like 3 meters, 2 meters shorter than an overall amount of meters. But again, at 72,000 for a 2-bedroom, can that be right? We're going to have to go to the website. I think these prices are a little old. It says September, but I don't think this is right. A 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom penthouse unit. This is close to right. 70,000. I think it's 74, but let's say 70,000. That's pretty good. All right. I don't know. These prices are awesome. Yes, this is the correct pricing. 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath. They call it a penthouse. 120 square meters, when in fact it's like 100. It's like 110 square meters or 100 square meters. And the terrace is about 15 square meters. So that's how they include the terrace or balcony area as part of the square meter. So that's why I say it's a little shorter interior wise. But the penthouse units here are different. All the penthouse unit means here is that it's on the top floor. And it's all one unit. It's not upstairs, downstairs. All right. It's from what I understand. So these are the buildings. There's going to be 22 of them. Here is the commercial building area. A lot of people want to be in the first phase. Why? Because the first phase is right when you enter. And the first phase, people can walk to the commercial area. So if there's a restaurant there, the fitness center's there, the bank is there, you can walk easily. So that's why a lot of people are buying right now. Plus, of course, the prices are just insane. All right. So those are some of the things that you should be thinking about because the prices are insane. Those prices went up 20 G's in 6 to 8 months. Yes, Joe Nay. Because the original pricing was, I'm just going to say, in my opinion, below cost. Now, some people are going to say, Eric, how are they doing this? Well, actually, I know how they're doing it. They're using a panel method. The panel method is when you actually have your, everything's almost like it's stamped out. And I don't want to say it's stamped because that's not literally what it is. But just imagine you have like a little puzzle and you say, okay, we're making a 1-bedroom and we already have the dimensions. The walls are already made and the foundation is just your slab is already laid down. So you're just putting it like a model together and you're sliding it into place. Then you pour the concrete. That does not take that much because your walls are already concrete. So now you just have to fasten everything on the corners, right? So your time to build is reduced dramatically. So when they say we're going to have our first phase done in 2025, these guys could build a couple of buildings or 2 or 3 or 4 buildings in 12 months. And right now they have roughly 15 months to go. So that's the difference. They're using stamped. They're not doing hand-to-hand combat, which is what 99% of these projects are doing out here. So that build that they're going to do is going to be a little bit of the new stuff, and it's faster. That is why they can build it for less. Just keep that in mind. They're not doing it like all the rest of the projects that take 3 to 4 to 5 years to build 3 or 4 or 5 buildings, right? So just keep all that in mind. That's why they can charge these type of prices. That's one of the things. Now, and yes, it's still concrete, still going to withstand the weather. Everything's going to be fine that way. All right, just so you guys understand. If you guys want to get in on this, down below in the description box, just make sure you come and hit me up at WhatsApp. I am a broker for them. I haven't officially signed the paperwork, but don't worry. That's a simple matter of 5 minutes. I mean, it's no big deal. But I just got to send in my information and they'll have me on the file. But we're good. So contact me on WhatsApp. All right. It's down below. And we can get you popping. Now, we have to get into some more amenities sooner or later, right? We just can't have the commercial zone out front. We just can't have that outdoor workout space out front. That does us no good. So let's talk. Here's the entrance. Gate controlled. All right. So there's security. You're going to have that. This right here, it kind of bugs me, but I'm just going to say what it is. This is supposed to be the tallest water fountain in the Caribbean or something like that is what they're marketing it as. All I see is evaporation of water. I don't like seeing in a humidity type environment water everywhere. That's one of my little things. Like Larimar is going to have all these beach clubs. And I'm like, dudes, we pay the HOAs for some of this stuff. The evaporation of water is going to be insane. I don't like to see water all over, but nonetheless, that's what's going to happen. So this water feature is going to be here. Notice the seating areas. These should be seating areas here. So it's like a little park environment somewhat. So that's kind of nice that they're going to have the space. Remember, this is 100,000 square meters, is going to have 22 buildings, 22 condo buildings. All right. So keep that in mind. So see, it's like this seating area, kind of, social atmosphere, which is nice. You can't complain. Little water, this is nice. People walking around. Looks like there's a track here, which is nice. An ecological trail, I believe they call it. They do have that ecological trail. Once again, we're back up to this entrance area, commercial zone area, which I like it because it's on the way in, gives you a nice little, residential atmosphere. And then, of course, they're going to have the children's playground area. So if you count that as an amenity, so be it. That's a good thing to have. They're also going to have a pet park. So again, that's nice to have as well. This is what they're calling. Now, I don't know for sure. I got to talk to these guys a little further because there's going to be 11 pools throughout the 4 phases. The first phase is going to have 2 pools. The first couple of buildings are going to have 2 pools. And then I think it moves back. So like the first phase, I don't know how many buildings that is. Then the second phase, they're each going to have like 2 pools. So that's 2. There's 8 pools for sure over the 4 phases. And then there's going to be 3 more somewhere. So this right here is one of the type of pools that they're talking about. So see, access to 11 swimming pools. So they'll be throughout the complex. There's also going to be something they don't show. Barbecue areas for owners and guests as well. There's some things that aren't in the brochure that can be talked about. So here's some of that area I'm referring to, where the barbecue is going to be, sitting areas, relaxing lounge type areas, which is nice. This is good. I like it. All right. So keep that in mind. This is an overview. So you can see here's this first phase area, and you see 2 pools. They're small, but again, they're pools. That's what you need anyhow. You need that if you're going to think of this as a short-term rental property. They do allow Airbnb. This is not going to be a condo hotel, and you can manage it yourself. There's no mandatory they have to manage it or anything like that. So it's up to you to live there if you want to buy to live there, or if you want to turn it into short-term rentals, it's on you. All right. So there's no restrictions that way. Here goes some of the renderings for units. There's some other things that has happened. If somebody watching this owns at the top floor, one of the penthouse units, congratulations, because they're adding a balcony to one of the rooms upstairs in the penthouse units. Yes, I know a little bit more stuff. There's also going to be a mini golf in the complex. There's also going to be clubhouse with a restaurant in the complex. So from what I understand, let me give you guys an explanation. Here's what's going to go down, which is kind of cool actually, and I like it. Here we go. Is it safe city to live in? Yes, CISO. It's in Verone type of area. It's in between Larimar, Cruise on Land, and right now it's farmland. So nobody really lives up there. So it is safe. They're going to have security there, so you don't have to worry about that. Eric, is Cruise on Land being built using the same stamp method as Vistancia? No, I don't think so. I do not think so. I don't know. Cruise on Land started doing something like, I don't know, what was that, 4 months ago? And they haven't shown any pictures since. So I don't know what they're doing out there. But no, I don't think so, because their building that they built at Cruise on Land took them over a year to build that 1 level building with 2 model homes. One was a studio and the other side was a 1-bedroom. So it made it a 2-bedroom when you open the middle. So it took them a year to build that. So I don't think they're using the stamp method. So that's why I don't think they're going to be building by December 2025 their first 2 buildings, because they took so long just to build a 1-level building like that, unless they change something. But again, they haven't shown anything since the last month, after they showed that somebody was doing, they started to lay the foundation for one of the buildings. I haven't seen anything. So hopefully they get started on it and they're rolling. Envy, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream, along with CISO. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making live stream. Very, very happy for you to be here. Hey, Eric, I bought mine back in May, 1-bedroom. Congratulations, NDV. Again, great job. So that means you bought yours under 50,000, maybe 45, maybe 40. Either way, great purchase price in light of the commercial area when it first came out wasn't announced. The fitness, outdoor fitness, or any fitness wasn't really announced. And also, mini golf has never been announced, but that's what the guy told me yesterday. I want you guys to understand something very clearly here. This gives you an advantage. Here's the advantage that you're going to have. The amenities, the commercial complex is going to be built first. The first phase is going to be delivered December 2025, okay? There will be no amenities other than the pool and the commercial zone. The second phase, pools, and you'll still have the commercial zone. So everybody who buys now, you guys are going to have a huge advantage, just like NDV and just like Joe Nay, they have a huge advantage because they didn't know all these extra amenities nor the build schedule at the time of buying. So they have a huge advantage because when they get to the second, after the second phase, the first and second phase is now for sale. First phase is going to be delivered December 2025. The second phase is going to be delivered December 2026. All right. I think that's what it is. We'll look at it. I have the schedule. So here's what's going to happen. After they do the first and second phase, then they're going to drop the clubhouse and the other amenities, the restaurant and mini golf. Other amenities are going to be dropped after the first 2 phases are built. Then when you start going phase 3, clearly the prices are going to be higher because now these amenities are going to be there. Phase 3, prices are going to probably be higher than now. Phase 4, clearly prices are going to be higher. But as soon as they drop the amenities after the first 2 phases, everybody who bought these things at 50 grand, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, and even a 2-bedroom at 115 grand, they're not going to be that in 2 years. We just had a new project come out downtown right now. And again, they have the cachet of downtown. Prices are way higher than this. But it's downtown, of course, closer to the airport. You have advantages, right? Jumbo market and all that. All right, so just keep all that in mind. You have an advantage right now. So if you want to wait, you can. But just know when amenities are kicked in later on, prices for the third and fourth phase are going to be probably a little different than what these prices are. So you're going to have to figure out in your head, is it a good investment now or should I wait till amenities are landing? I personally would say get in now, because even if you bought at a higher price, now you have to rent at a higher price to make the same return on your investment if you plan on using this as an investment. So always think of your investment. And there's something to be said, because I'd be using the exact thing that Joe Nay should be using, NDV should be using. They should be using one of their selling points. Look, the commercial zone is like 50, 75 yards away from where you're staying, which has a bank, and it's probably going to have a little eating place. It's probably going to and it's going to have the fitness room, which you get a discount for as an owner, but it's not free. But nonetheless, and whatever other amenities they have, if you can pitch it's walking versus being 200 or 300 yards back, it kind of matters sometimes to some people. They say, okay, I want to stay where I can actually walk to the restaurant or walk to the fitness room or whatever, and not too far. So just keep in mind, there's certain reasons why some people would want to stay closer to the front versus being in the back. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's another feature. This place, they claim, I haven't seen pictures yet, Larimar is 100 meters high. All right. You can see the water when you're on the cliff at Larimar at 100 meters. Can you believe the land where Vistancia is 140 meters high? On some parts of this land, you can actually see Moon Palace, Hard Rock from this land. I said, oh my God, thank you so much for that information. Let's see it. And they said, I can actually see water standing on the lot. So you know what I said last night? I'm like, man, you better send me some pictures of this. I don't believe you. Because unless it's turned a certain way, I'm like, I don't believe it. So far, I haven't gotten any pictures. I gave him 24 to 48 hours. Not give them. I just said, hey, man, will you send me some pictures next time you go out there? I want to see this. If you're standing on the land, you're telling me you can see water. So some people are going to start getting excited. But don't get excited. Because remember, there's going to be buildings being built, which means you're not going to have no view. All right, let's just call it what it is. So I obviously asked the question that an investor such as myself would be asking. What floor can I see the water on? First phase, second phase. Answer was, you're not going to be able to see it. I said, damn. All right. So we have to live with the amenities clause in this program. But 50 grand, 75 grand, 115 grand for a 2-bedroom is cheap. But guess what? Anticipation is off the charts. The third phase. If you're on the third or fourth floor in certain buildings, you'll have ocean view. I said, oh, now you're talking. So then the next question obviously was, when you sell in third phase? I want that $115,000 price, right? $118,000 price for a 2-bedroom penthouse on the 4th floor, right? Because the payment plan, get this, the one that Johan Confidante would recommend, 10% down, 40% during construction. Third phase will not be done, I believe, until 2027. And in fact, you know what? Let me pull this up. I got to go look and see for a fact. Where is it? I don't have it. We'll get to it in a second. All right. In fact, I better look at that in a second because I think I'm off because it was staggered a little bit. Let me see. Where's my plan? Here it is. Let's go look it up. I just want to be sure because I might be off by 6 months. So I don't want to make sure that the payment plan schedule is on the right course. Okay, here we go. $500 to reserve. That's right. You'll need 2 forms of ID for starters. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. At 10% when you sign contract, 40% during construction, 50% on delivery. Here we go. First phase, December 2025. Second phase, I'm off. May 2026. Third phase, December 2026. That's 2 years and 4 months from now. There you go. Fourth phase, July 2027. So something told me I was a little off. So again, first phase, delivery is scheduled to be December 2025. Second phase, May 2026. Third stage, December 2026. That's two years from now. Third and fourth stage, you may have water. Well, according to them, third and fourth floors some of the units will have water view. Those are the units you want, in my opinion, if you're going to be in third or fourth stage. But if that doesn't matter to you, you should be in the first or second because this is going to be the cheapest amount. By the time they get to the third and fourth stage building, which probably will be another year from now, I would imagine, then prices will have went up, whether that's 20 grand, possibly, because what we've seen in the last 9 or 8 months has been a 20 grand difference. So it'll probably be a 20 to 30 grand difference for the third and fourth stage, possibly. So just keep all this in mind. But we're going to have a nice little talk, SSN Nation style, because I see right now, first phase might already be almost sold out. In fact, I think there's only like 1 unit or 2 units left in the first phase buildings. So I'm going to be like, let the third phase up. I want to know the prices for the third phase. So and we want that, like I said, ocean view from there for 120. That would be awesome. Or let's say you didn't get the 2-bedroom, but you got a 1-bedroom and they say 60, 65 grand. I'm like, I mean, either way, you can't lose. All right. So here we go. Yes, I bought mine for 45.9. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. They're raising it up. It seems like 5,000. Let me see. Jonay bought his like 8-9 months ago for like 30. So then, yeah, it seems like every 3 months they're raising like 5 grand? That's what it seems like. It's probably selling like hotcakes. The prices are right. 10% down, 40% during delivery. So if you want to know what that looks like, just to give you an idea, on the $50,000 price, 10% down is simple enough, 5,000, right? Then if you bought right now, your payments are going to be roughly $1,500 a month because you only have 15 payments left until December 2025 for first phase. That's if you want first phase. If you want second phase, obviously it goes down lower. I don't have that payment plan handy, but now you have, instead of 15 months, you have 27 months. So that adds an extra 12 months. So that, well, we can figure it out right now. Actually, I'll just do it. I'll give you an example. Let's say it's 50,000, which might be 52, 53, but we'll use 50,000. And you do it times 40%. That's 20 grand, I believe. 20 grand divided by 27. $740 for a 1-bedroom if you want delivery in second phase. And the smallest 1-bedroom unit around 50 grand. These do not include appliances. No kitchen appliances, no AC. All right? At these prices, you can't expect that. They will have packages, though. They do not have them started yet. So down the line, they're going to come out with the furniture package and the appliance and furniture package, all right? That's another thing that they told me yesterday. So just keep that in mind, all right? And these are renderings that you are seeing now. Does Cruise on Land have a website? Yes, it's Cruise on Land, Victor Morel, or even Larimar. Yes, Larimar.com, cruiseonland.com. Has a strong presence on Facebook. Yeah, exactly. That's their go-to marketing. I keep getting the ad on my page feed. That's because you're targeted because you actually clicked on a Larimar ad before, and I get it too. Even though I don't even look for them, it just keeps coming up because I had clicked on it a long time ago when I'm in the system. So yeah, they advertise on Facebook heavily. Jonay, I did ask those questions, Eric, and I'm strongly considering a 1-bedroom penthouse. Exactly, Jonay. Exactly. You did there for 75 grand for the first or second phase, a hell of a deal. And if even in that third phase, if they go, hey, this is 85 grand, hell, if I get a freaking ocean view or water view, I don't even care. Water view, if I can see Moon Palace, that would be good enough on the second or on the third or fourth floor. Well, in this case, a penthouse means you're going to be on the fourth or fifth floor. So all I'm saying is those are hell of a price. And penthouses always have cachet. They always have a little extra room. So again, congratulations, NDV. And any info on the villas? No, Jaway J, forget the villas, man. Forget the villas. That's not a thing right now. So all I'm going to say is something else. I'm going to say something else because Jonay asked this. Jonay in phase 4 says, in phase 4, all right, we're getting villas are not for sale. All right, they're not coming up, but there's more. So these guys have a title. The title says 328,000 acres. I'm sorry, 328,000 square meters. The land that they're building their first, second, third, fourth phase is 100,000 of the square meters. That means they have 200 and some odd, 228,000 square meters left. Yes, that means there's something else. And maybe Jonay, they let the cat out the bag. As far as me, they don't know me that well from day one, so they don't want to let the cat out the bag. But I said, hey, man, I noticed that your title says 328,000 square meters. Why do you only doing 100 square meters? So what's the other 200 and something meters for? I want to know. But you know what I'm going to advise you again? The reason why this makes it a exceptional value play is because of location between Cruise on Land and Larimar, plus the amenities they're going to have there, plus they also own the 300 or the other 200 and some odd square meters. So that means something else is going to be built, which is going to enhance the value of where you are. Now, if they're going to be extra villas, they're going to be townhomes, they're going to be who knows what, that's going to increase your value as well by default. And you didn't have to do anything other than buy now. That's one hell of a pitch. If you say so, buy now and watch your price go up over the next few years. I mean, that's incredible at these prices. They're not asking you for $200,000. They're not asking you for $150,000. Like all these new projects acting like people, have money to waste on waiting 2-3 years in most cases. So this what makes it very, very special. Just keep that in mind. Paul Castillo and Victor Morel, they both have websites, but they don't show any construction progress at all. COL does show a little progress in their Instagram page. Larimar is basically dead. No progress at all. Exactly, Paul Castillo. Larimar, they just got their environmental impact report. They can't build until they get their permits. Their permits should take 3 to 6 months. We're in July. Let's see, August, September, October. Yeah, we're not even on 3 months yet. So I don't even expect it to be done in 3 months. So look at February before their permits are done. And maybe instead of 6 months, it could be 8 months. But Larimar is, like he says, it's dead right now. There's nothing happening. All right. So just keep that in mind. My daughter bought into third phase, delivery in 2027. Wait, they told me that you couldn't do third phase 2027. Well, then what the hell's going on? What's the price for that? Oh, my God. Where's my phone at? Holy smokes. Are you kidding me right now? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, no, man. What is going down? Oh, my God. Wait, what? Okay, Jonay, what did she buy and how much was it? How much was it? What did she get? Now I got to hit these guys up. What do you mean? I asked them about when they're selling third phase. They said it's not for sale yet. My daughter bought into third phase delivery in 2027. Did you know about being able to possibly see the water though? Because that couldn't. Maybe it's not the full entire truth, but we'll see. Sneaky Link, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Gated community, yes. What's security looking like? Yes, it's gated community with security. That's exactly right. So obviously at these prices, you would think no security, right? But hey, it is. All right, so I'm just cruising through the brochure just to show you some renderings. I mean, renderings is what they're worth. This here is the interesting part when they call these like the penthouse units. I find this very fascinating because this is not the terrace itself, though. That's what makes this very interesting. I don't know how they design these penthouse units, but they're very interesting. Okay, here we go. Here's some amenities right here. 11 swimming pools, pet park, children's park, ecological trail, 24/7 security, Sneaky Link, access control, barbecue areas, Airbnb friendly, Elevator, yes. Gym, now outdoor gym. All right. Restaurant, clubhouse, spa, multi-purpose court, which in case people don't know, generally that's a sports court that has the goals so a person can play soccer or basketball hoops so you can play basketball. That's generally what a multi-purpose court is. Tennis court, which I did not realize. Commercial area, if you call that an amenity, but you can, yeah, okay. You don't have to go far to go get snacks or work out or go to the bank or whatever. That's cool. Excursion discounts, that's not really a thing. But that's what some of these amenities are. So there's enough amenities there, and the location between Larimar and Cruise on Land with these amenities adds up. So now, is it worth buying at 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, 14,000? Because in 2 years, and depending on the lay of the land, will you be able to rent for 0.1% of your purchase price? That's the ultimate question. Can you rent for $50 a night, $55 a night, being 25 minutes away from downtown? I would say yes. What would you say? Let me know. All right. Let me know what you guys think about that. I think yes. That's the point. Can I rent a 2-bedroom for 115 per night, but can I get 40%, 50% rental occupancy rate? Right? That's the $1 million question. All right. Bavaro, they say 22 minutes. Playa Beach, 32 minutes. Airport, no, that's like 35 minutes. Downtown Mall, 25 minutes. Oh, here's the airport, 35 minutes. What's this other one? Coming soon. Oh, no, that's not coming soon. I keep hearing about this little airport right here, but I don't know where that space comes from. That's not a thing. I don't think. I don't know what that is. I don't know why they put that there. All right, here we go. If you want to reserve, hit me up in WhatsApp. I am a broker for them. And it's $500 to reserve. Pick your spot, pick your unit. Then when you sign your contract, you need to wire 10%. And by the way, they'll allow you to pay with credit or debit card. So all you guys who pay attention to miles, cash back, all this stuff, yes, that works out greatly for you. All right. Here we go. Jonay, he responded. Now check this. She was advised that not to make payment until told to do so. I think they jumped the gun. All right, that's what it is. Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that because they told me yesterday it's not available right now. So I think they did jump the gun, especially since if you really can see the ocean from the units, that would be significant. Very significant. Once the environmental impact approvals come in, everything else will be much quicker after that. That's true. That's when you'll start seeing movement. I experienced that myself. Okay, yeah, the Larimar environmental impact report was just done July, 23rd. So that's very true. So now there is something I need to talk about though, because I was under the impression that Vistancia had their environmental impact done. Okay. Now, we're going to have Glenn Me looking at this for a potential customer. All right, Jonay. But when she is advised to again make payments, they're expecting big money for whatever months have passed. Oh, so they're making her contract start. And so then if 5 or 6 months go by, they're going to say, okay, give us the 5 or 6 month payments. That's a drag. All right. So she is saving the monthly payments. We knew about the view. She paid 42 G's. That's excellent. 42 G's for that's not the, wait, are you saying they were selling phase 3 like 4 or 5 months ago? Is that what you're saying? Okay. She put down a deposit for, okay. They're doing, well, okay. They changed their tunes. I don't blame them. Now, let's get into the pet peeves that I have. I'm going to show you guys. Let me see. I think that's the end of the brochure. Yeah, that's the end of the brochure. They do have offices off the highway next to IHG Hospital. That's where the offices are. We will be going to the offices December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. If you want to come to the SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Investors Forum, then go over to ssnlifestyle.com. It does cost to come join us, though. December 2nd, we go see attorneys. In fact, Glenmy is checking this project out right now, so she'll have an opinion, and we'll be lucky enough to know the opinion. I'm going to send her over some stuff too. But the point is, we're going to go see her, and that's part of what we do, because you need to ask the questions from a professional, a person that actually handles closings, the persons that look up who owns lands, how to transfer, when to transfer. And that's why we go see attorneys, so you can ask questions. And in fact, it may not even have to do with real estate. Maybe you want to talk about business. She does business as well. So we'll be in the offices. Johan does the same. So if you want to get an SRL, then you have somebody that you can ask questions about. You don't have to use them. I'm just saying they are complimentary, telling us at the table there, you can ask any questions. If you want to know about residency, you ask that question. You want to know about any business relation in the DR, you should have an attorney to look over contracts and be of counsel. So anybody that comes, one day we go see the attorneys, 2 different attorneys, because every attorney does not specialize in everything. And some may know a little more than others because they specialize in certain things. So in this case, everything that you want to know, we try to round it out. That way you heard it from a legal perspective. You're not hearing it from Joe Smo or me off the street or some other buyer. Now you're getting it directly from a legal standpoint. All right. Because a lot of people ask, should I buy it in an SRL, a business name, an LLC, like you do in America? Well, some properties have conformateur. So then there's a certain thing that you can do. But if you have an SRL, you have to have accounting every month. So you're going to be paying money traditionally to an accountant, and your property won't even be done yet. And it could be 12 months, 27 months, 2 or 3 years. You're paying an accountant for what? All I'm saying. So there's certain reasons why you need to talk to the legal before you're thinking about doing anything out the ordinary. If you want to start a business, if you want to know about residency, you need a legal advice. This is the time. You come December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. One of those days, we're going to see lawyers. Another day, it's already in stone. I've already made the appointment. We're going to their office, which is off the freeway by IHG Hospital in Punta Cana. Then we're going to go out and see the lay of the land. So that way people understand the distance. We're going to Vistancia, everybody, in December. All right. So we have to. The price points are off the charts. Everybody should win if they buy early. Now, at these prices, you can't lose. So if you can get something, a 1-bedroom between 50 and 60,000, you can get a 1-bedroom penthouse for, what was that, 65, 75, 70,000. That's a win. If you can get a 2-bedroom for 115, 120,000, that's a win. And then you just sit back and watch them create Vistancia, you win. Make sure, everybody, you smash the like button as you're here watching. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'd lay down the WhatsApp number. That's where our SSN Nation and Lifestyle group is. And you can contact me. I am the only admin. And if you want to purchase here at Vistancia, let me know. It's a $500 to reserve. Obviously, you have to be sent the list, right? Got to be sent a list. Got to have a price list, don't we? Well, let's see. I think I might have one. Let's see. I have something. I don't remember what it is, though. Let's see what it is. This is that's the payment plans. Just so you guys can see that. Hopefully you can see that. Hopefully. Let me get the bottom. Hopefully you guys can see this. So I can't see it, which is funny, but you can understand for the $50,000, it's 53 square meters is what they say, but still that's pretty great price. And you can see the monthly payment plans. It's around $1,500 a month. And this is as of this right now with 15 payments left. So as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. 10% down, 40% during construction, and 50% on delivery. You can pay with your debit or credit card or wire money in. That's a serious advantage by being able to pay with a debit or credit card, especially if you have miles or you get a 1%, 3%, 2% cash back. That helps out greatly. So now it changes things a little bit. So that makes it awesome. So hopefully that helps out from that standpoint about the pricing. So we will see how that goes. All right. So I'll take this off the screen so people can see it. I mean, there's something else I want to talk about, though. This is significant. And I waited till the end because here's the thing. I have to transfer things, PDFs into English. They have a environmental impact report that actually went through, but it's not what I needed to see. And I'm going to show you this in a second. All right. I needed something more. And I'll show you why. Well, it's in Spanish. So some of you, I can't find my translated version, but it's okay. We're going to put this in a different perspective. This is Spanish, but I now know what the English version says. All right. So, oh, by the way, if anybody wants the brochure, I think you can get it down below in the description box. All right. And on here on YouTube, nowhere else. Now, let's see here. You guys, let's go to this. Here's the certification. So it looks interesting. Certification of an impact report, right? And so I was in the English version after this is translated. This is actually saying something to the effect, well, the project consists of the construction. Okay. And it's going to be where you enter into the complex. All right. The project has, you're going to be able to live there in the future and the entry and it's going to have the studios and housing and all this stuff, right? So it sounds very interesting. So that's a description of the project. No problem. There's even 100,000 square meters mentioned. And it mentions 4 columns. They give you sizes, 12 meters apart, yada, yada, 5 meters, and all this. And a half baño. Come to find out, I thought this was the impact report for the project because it listed 100,000 square meters. But in the English version, I realized, wait, what is this 85 square meter entrance deal? Why is that? Then I realized in the English version, it's actually talking about the when you come in on the entrance. This is the construction of the entrance where security is going to be. That's all this is. It is not for the whole buildings, which now I hit them guys up tonight before I was going on after I was reading it, the English. And I said, hey, man, this right here is not for the whole complex. This is just for the security entrance. That's what this impact report is for. So they can start building this right now, I believe, because they do have a permit for something that they just took a picture of. So I can't actually translate it because I can't read Spanish that at all. I mean, I can see a little stuff, but not efficiently enough so I can relay information. So I just wanted to let you know that this right here that I thought was an impact report, because this looks different. And I was like, this was bugging me. How come it didn't start outlining about the fauna, about any things such as trees that are, you know, protected and things like that when it's a whole bunch of farmland out there? So that's what was bugging me. And then I realized, I went back up and I was reading this intro of the description. I was like, oh, this is just for the entrance. Some of you who do speak Spanish can probably read this. And you could probably tell me what it says, but relay it to other people what it says. We do have some people here, like if Rodale Cabezas is here, he can read it. Victor Morel can probably read it. There's a few other people here that can probably read it. But you can see this is not to build any buildings. This is just to build one building at the entrance. This has been approved, which is good. That's a start. But that still doesn't get us to the next phase, right? I need another one that says you can build, you know, 4 buildings that's going to be 5 or 6 stories high. That's the environmental impact report I need to see. This right here only is for the entrance portion. So I was a little fooled and got a little excited prematurely until I transferred this into English. And now that I'm here, you know what? I can actually just do it. I can just do it, I think. I'll just give you the English version so you guys can see it. I'll do a Google Translate right now. I had an error, which was weird. But because I was trying to, that's why I was a little bit late, because my computer went down and I couldn't. Here we go. And I had everything all set up. And then after it went down, I couldn't open anything. Crazy stuff. Let's see what we got here. Translate. So I was having a little error. So I might as well just do it. So then we can all see it, right? So we'll all see it. So I'll change it. So, oh, that's blank. So I got to come and do this. All right. So you guys can read. Well, you guys will be able to just read it in English now. After I do this, you'll see exactly what I'm referring to. It's blank. Where's the blank? Here it is. All right. See, this is what we do here, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we do it live. If you have any questions, that's why we have the chat room open to everybody. So you guys, let me get myself a little, yeah, okay, I'm off screen. I'll be down here in the corner. All right. So look. So this is what threw me off when I transferred it to English, because it says the other side, Veron Highway. Now it's in La Otra Banda Municipal District. All right. Just keep that in mind. It's still in the province of La Altagracia, but it's in this La Otra Banda Municipal District. So see, when you read this, the project involves the construction of a pedestrian and vehicular access control booth. That's when I was like, wait, which will be built in principle and as a form of control for the future housing project that is currently in the study, feasibility, and design phase. So that's why when I read that, I was like, wait a minute, this isn't even actually the impact report for the whole project. It's just some sort of minimum impact report. And so therefore, detailed description of authorized activities. This is where it was like, okay, residences project consists of the construction of the portico access entrance to the project on a surface area of 100,000 square meters. Okay. And a construction area of 85 square meters. Said entrance will be built in a portico system and will consist of 4 reinforced concrete columns, 12 linear meters in masonry walls, 5 meters wide at 3 points, 50 meters high. In addition, it will have pedestrian and vehicular access control booth with half bath at the coordinates of this. These are the coordinates. So I was like, okay, all right, they're giving me some, but this doesn't give me everything I need. And then when I saw this, the authorization will be valid for a period of 1 year. as long as the promoter fully complies with attached provisions. So again, I'm like, this is a little different because I should see something more. And then the minimum impact environmental certificate, they keep using that language. And I'm like, okay, I don't like this language. That's all I can say. I don't like this language. I want something different. So they're talking about fire hydrants, hoses, evacuation systems and signs, emergency stairs, personal protective equipment for workers, first aid kit. They do talk about the working. But again, this doesn't seem like a layout for everything. Notice what I'm getting at is on this report, there should be the amount of buildings. It should be something like, if there's going to be 22 buildings, then it should say 22 buildings. You follow what I'm saying? There should be a little bit more in here, and it should not be for 1 year. And it renews automatically at 1 year unless the province, or not province, but that municipality says, we don't want you, we won't allow you to renew it, which is weird. But nonetheless, the renewal must be requested in writing 10 business days. So for reasons requesting the renewal. So see, it's like a 1 year thing. What can you build in 1 year? I mean, generally you can't just build buildings, like 4 buildings in 1 year generally, right? So that's why I have to know what this is, because this apparently, but I'm going to know because Glennie's going to know in the next 4 or 5 days. So next week, or maybe Friday, we'll be talking about this again, but it won't be a main video. Just letting you guys know. So I got overzealous and I thought this was a full-blown impact report, but I was like, this is weird. Why is it only 3 or 4 pages when we know there's supposed to be clubhouse, there's supposed to be all these other things, and these other things aren't actually listed anywhere here. Like, where's the clubhouse, where's the restaurant, where's the, and I need a master plan. So again, I haven't gotten a master plan. So in order to get permits and in order to do something, you have to submit the master plans. I mean, literally, you have to submit where things are going to go on the property, the coordinates, everything, the blueprints, everything. So that's why I asked and assumed that I would have a master plan, because then it would show where all the pools are, where the mini golf, if there's going to be one, where the fountain is, where the pools are, where the pet park, the children's playground, the ecological trail will be spelled out. All of that would be spelled out. The only thing that notice, and the sports court, there's a sports court, tennis court, all of that would be laid out. And as of right now, I don't have that. So I'm assuming either I'm not going through exactly the developer, it's their sales executive, which is Ralph, but I'm assuming that they should have had that handy. That's all I'm saying. The same work time is the same in La Altagracia as all the rest. 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12 noon. When you do this, I just want you guys to understand, when you're buying a normal project that's not using panels, what this does, this schedule right here means you're not working on Sunday and you're only working like 5 hours maximum on Saturday. When you take off in Dominican Republic, all of the holidays they have, you take off every Sunday, 1 Sunday a month. There's 52 Sundays a year. That's almost 2 months worth of work potentially that you can't do because you can't work on Sundays. That's almost 2 months. When you add in the vacations that they have during the year, you can't work on the vacation days. And then you start adding in half a day, 5 hours worth of work versus 8 or 9. All of a sudden now you realize there's literally 3 months that you're not working. Literally. So that's why a lot of these projects, I feel, have been late, because they're like, they can't work 7 days a week. They can't even really work the 6 days a week. They can only work 5.5. and you can't work on holidays. And there's a ton in the DR. So when you start adding all that up, you're only working 9 months, possibly out of 12. And that's why now when somebody says we're going to build this in 2 years, I'm just like, well, that's good luck. But your build time is only not 24 months. It's less than that. It's like 18 months of build time. So just keep these things in mind as you move forward when you're investing in property in the DR. All right. So hopefully that helps you guys out with this project. But nonetheless, it's one hell of a deal. It's going to be built. And of course, as I say now, you guys know, here we go. Sneaky link. Here we go. Will the penthouse have ownership of the roof and or balcony? Sneaky link. The penthouse here is not the same as you're thinking as a normal penthouse. The penthouses here are one level. Unless they change it, but they're one level right now. So you're not going to have a second level with the roof. That's why you don't see it in the brochure as such. The sliding glass door where they have the patio or the terrace area, that is actually the one level. So everything's on the same level. It's just a penthouse because it's on the top floor. There is not another stairwell to the top where you have your own little separate terrace area. That's not a thing, at least not in the first 2 phases. If they change it in the third, that'd be awesome. But in this first phase, first and second phase, no. All right. So that's for the entrance gate, Eric. Victor Morrell, thank you. That's the way I assess it. That's the way I assess it, quite frankly. It talks about construction, design, and specification for the access gate. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. They're throwing you a bone with no meat. Exactly, Victor Morrell. That's the way I looked at it. Brian P's in the house. Another investor is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to your name, which I humbly appreciate. And make sure you guys know his name. Mr. Dividend also is in the house because he buys stock dividends. And he brings this tagline. Hello, Eric. I hope all is well with you. Hello, SSN family. Yes, all is well with me and hopefully the family. I got the notification and saw the video. Smash that like button. He gave it the trifecta. Thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciated. All right. Let me know what your guys, we got a lot of real estate investors in the house. Let me know what you guys think of this project and prices. Again, the prices are so extraordinary that they are. I will have to say, let me see. Let me go back to get me a brochure up, shall I? Yeah, let's go back because this is incredible. Hold on a second. I'll go over here, change it up. And Victor Morrell, I agree with your assessment, throwing me a bone. I got excited thinking that they actually had their impact report done. Then when I got it transferred to English, I was like, wait a minute. This was smoke and mirrors. They can't go out there and actually start building tomorrow. All right. So I put this back on here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hold on a second. I need a price list. Hold on. There's a price list I want to put up. I do have the price list so people can actually see what's available right now. Yes, I do have it. So let's get on with that. I'm not going to show the brochure. We're going to go to the price list because there's not much left. Not much left at all. Not anything left at all. Oh my God, this is crazy. We are making money in here, says Brian P. Exactly. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I hate these lights. Okay, let's see here. Block, reserve, block, sold, grass view. Okay, let's start at the top. The beauty about this is this column here is the units. This second column here, it's hard to remember because as we scroll down, this is going to go out. This is the unit number. This is the square meters. And then there's total square meters. So Again, that's bottom floor. All right. So let's go. Let's go. That's December 2025. First phase. This here goes something 50,000. Fourth floor, 53 square meters. It looks at the center, so it's up front. Park, the kids park, and commercial center. So it's up front. That's not bad. Quite frankly, if I was going to live there, then I don't want to be nowhere near where people are walking in and out from. I want to be in the back, where it's nice and quiet, so to speak. It's hard to be nice and quiet in a condo project, but I'd probably be in the back. Let's see what else we have. Oh, Jardine, grassy. So at the moment, grassy area, 5th floor, 53 square meters, 50,000. Okay. There's not much available here. Another one. Oh, by the pool. Some people will like that, though, if you're doing short-term rentals. I don't know if you'll be able to bring, a kid or two, but if you did, sometimes this helps out. 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 50,000. So it looks like all the 1 bedrooms, or a lot of 1 bedrooms, are available. This is incredible. Pool view, garden, green view, grass view, whatever you want to call it. Again, grass view, pool views, and it looks like all 1 bedrooms are available. The 2 bedrooms are sold, at least in the December 2025, which is the first phase. Here we go. We finally have a 2-bed. What is that? Is that 2 bedrooms, 2 baths? 72,000? Is that correct? I think it is. That's the 5th floor. Grass view, obviously. That's why it's a little bit priced lower. Scenic view, as we call it in Hawaii. Yeah, that's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths for 72,000, and it's roughly 76 square meters. Interesting. One hell of a deal. Building B, 508. So there's a building A, there's a building B. 508. Penthouse units all sold. Of course. We have a 50,000, another 1 bedroom. Yep, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. All right. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing else. Wait. Here we go. Looks like a building E. Park, kids park, pool. These are 73 grand. These are cheap, man, for a 2 bedroom. Good God almighty. That's crazy. Some more. 50, 72,000, 2 bedroom, 2 baths. Isn't this can't be right. We got to go look at this a little closer. This is 2 bedroom, 2 baths, right? Yes. 2 bedroom, 2 baths. Because I thought the 1 bedroom penthouse unit, does it have 2 bedrooms? Is it a 1 plus a studio? Is that we got to find out a little more about this. But again, just showing you guys what's available, what's possible. December 2025, 15 months. Here we go. There's a penthouse unit available. He said it was all sold out last night, but apparently they sent me this yesterday. So he was right. They are all sold out except for 1 2-bedroom, 114,237. It's again, it's around 1,100 square. It's like 1,100 square feet. The terrace, I believe, was 15 square meters or something like that, which is about 165 square feet. Nice little size, but it's all on 1 floor. 6th floor. Okay, so there is 6. Is that 6 floors? I think so. No, 5 floors. 6 floors. Yep, there's 6 floors high. It's not 5. So that's impressive. 115 grand for a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and I'm hey, if you can get a 2.5 bath, that's the best way to go. All right, now, where's the 1-bedroom? Oh, here it is. 1-bedroom penthouses. They are 72 square. That's pretty good. So these things are roughly like 600 square feet plus the terrace. That's pretty good. But they're only 1 bedroom, 1 bath. So I don't know if it's really worth being on top floor or not. The 2-bedroom, 2.5 baths, it's worth 114. All right. Let me know what you guys think with these prices. It looks like somebody could do some damage. At least it appears. Well, it appears. All right. Victor Marrero from saying KLIPYBTC paid today a nice amount doing the salsa dance, traveling the world with dividends. Maybe I can call my channel Roaming with Dividends. I like that. I like that. Roaming with dividends. I really like that. That's beautiful. So then you can talk about what you like to talk about as well, the finance, and throw in the I'm traveling over here and talk about traveling. That's kind of cool, man. I like it. I like that name, Roaming with Dividends. That's a good name, but your other name's also equally as good. All right. E. White. He says, he's in the house. Welcome, another superstar investor. He's one of the emerging millionaires. Why do I say that? The emerging millionaires are the ones that do what Victor Marrero does. And like myself, when we try to exponentially buy more than just 1 unit, buy more than just 2 units if possible, buy more than 3 units if possible. That's the only way you can get into the emerging millionaire title. E. White and Georges Charles are the only 2 that are currently, along with also Radel Cabezas. He's also in it. And there's one more person I'm missing. Boca Chica. That's it. Those 3, they are the emerging millionaires here in the SSN Nation. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon I humbly appreciate. And I like that, Victor. How about going the distance with dividends? I like that too. It's all good to hear. All right. Hey, Eric, did you hear about port worker going on workers on strike? Yes, I heard about the potential for that. I heard about it. That is an interesting scenario. Yeah, the certain union workers for the ports, but that doesn't affect 100% of the ports because all ports aren't union, but the ones that matter are. And so they're going to do what they're going to do. And that means the supply chain is going to be busted up unless some scabs run through the picket lines. So price is going up. They're going to take advantage, just like an oil refinery fire. It's ridiculous what's happening out here. I'm in E305. Which building, though? Which is the interesting thing. Apparently, they have A, B, C, D, E. They were up to E. A, B, C, D, E. So there's 5 buildings, apparently, in the first phase, which is significant. I like it. So that's quite a few people that could potentially be living there. All right. Victor Marrero, E. White, interesting. Thanks. I can come up with different combinations. Exactly. That's pretty sweet. All right. If anybody's interested in any of this at Vistancia, I'm a broker. Just make sure you sign up. If you want to contact me, I'm the admin of our group, SSN Nation and Lifestyle. If you want to join September 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, so that means September 2nd, we go somewhere. September 3rd, we go somewhere. September 4th, we go somewhere in Punta Cana. And it has to do with lawyers. It has to do with loans and banking. And it has to do with going out to the actual projects. And we are going out to the project of Vistancia and that location. So people will get the understanding of when they leave from an area, how far the distances are. I recommend you stay in Los Corrales right now. Why do I say that? Because it's built for tourism. And the rental rates are low. It's best combination. The beach is less than a 5-minute walk away, generally from anywhere you're staying. They have restaurants. They have nightclubs. They have the beach, grocery stores, pharmacies. Everything's there within a 5-minute walk or less from wherever you're staying at. So stay in Los Corrales. Why do I say that? If you're coming, is because that way we're leaving from Los Corrales in the morning. Traditionally, it's always been Be there by 10 a.m. We're leaving generally 10:05 a.m. All right. And then we're going around to our destinations. And sign up at ssnlifestyle.com. Right now, it's $199 per person. Does not include airfare, does not include your accommodations. All right. You go to SSN Lifestyle, you'll see it on the page. That's where you sign up. Come join us. We're going there. Now we're going out to other properties as well. So you have to understand, we'll go to a few places that you can now get the lay of the land. We might go out to Cana Rock. We could be going out to Cap Cana. It all depends, because as December rolls around, usually new projects come out in November. And so we'll go out to something that's new. Why new? Because that's where you get first dibs, so to speak. You get the lowest price possible if you decided to buy. We'll go to the offices, like I say, of Vistancia, and then we're going to go out to Vistancia. All right. So they'll do an actual presentation at the time. And then that way, in 3 months, we should actually know more about the mini golf, the clubhouse, everything that's not in the brochure, the sports courts. All of that's not in the brochure, right? So maybe we'll, by then, when we're there, we'll see where it sits, what the lay of the land is. We'll know phase 3, which unit is going to see water. And that we already know if it's 6 floors high, you better be on the 6th floor. That's all I'm going to say. You better get a penthouse unit at these prices. There's no reason not to, whether it's a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom. There's no reason. And I'm going to talk you guys into something else, because at these prices, you can do emerging millionaire stuff. You can buy, I probably shouldn't get into this, but I am. Let's say you can buy combinations depending on how the building is built. Similar to when Larimar came up and I said, hey, we could buy a 2-bedroom and a 1-bedroom next door. You could have a 3-bedroom. And at the time, it would have been for almost 89 plus, 90 plus 120, 210. You could have a 3-bedroom unit, which would have been a lock-off. You have that same potential here. They eventually went to making 2 1-bedroom units into a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, because the space was like 1,200 square feet when you combine 2 1-bedrooms. So they did it a different way instead of what I said, the 2-bedroom and 1-bedroom. But nonetheless, you can do the same thing here. The way they configure the buildings, I looked at a few of them. You could actually buy, like, get this, 2 2-bedroom units for $228,000 side by side. You could actually have a 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom unit if you get up on the top floor. Because remember, the penthouse unit is a 2-bedroom, 2.5 baths. So that means you have 4 bedrooms, 5 baths. Just saying, on the top floor. Or you have a door in the middle and you can make it both a separate unit. So now you can sleep 12 people if you have a sofa sleeper, if that's possible. If it's enough room, you could do that. And you have enough bathrooms, right? So you could sleep 12, or you can sleep 4, 6 in each side separately, which gives you flexibility. And also, remember, it's 1,100 square feet. You would have 4 bedrooms with 2,200 square feet. At least. It's going to be a little more than that, I think. So, and plus the terrace space. You still have 175, I think, square foot terrace space twice. And you're on the top floor. So, $50,000 for a 1-bedroom. And I don't know the configurations next to the 1-bedroom. But now, how about 2 1-bedrooms side by side for $100,000? Lock-off style. Something to think about if they're doing panels, though. So this is a iffy thing, but these are things you think about, because exponentially you're going to be like, wait, I have 2 units for $50,000 each. I have a 1-bedroom penthouse unit or 2 one-bedroom penthouse units side by side. I mean, you have choices that you can make potentially if they would allow it. And whenever somebody's building something new, that's the time when you have different configurations. There's people right now in Prime Towers here in the SSN Nation that has a 2-bedroom that's bigger than other people's 2 bedrooms, and or 3-bedroom that's not a penthouse. And nobody else can have it in the building other than 3 other or 4 other people. So this is the same similar type of thing I'm talking about here now. You could position yourself to where you can make something special because the prices are so low. So just think about that too. And again, we'll figure out the rest of the stuff. But if you want to get in this, again, I'm going to put in the, where is it? WhatsApp information. I am the admin. Hit me up in the group, SSN Nation and Lifestyle. And make sure you smash the button on the way out, wherever you are. Hit that like button, hit the follow button, share the video, because people right now, no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry until that 50% is due. Either you need 50% remaining because it's a 10% down, 40% during construction. On delivery, they want 50%. So if you bought something for 50 grand, you're going to need 25,000 on delivery. So either you have to give them 25,000 or you're going to finance it or try to. I don't know if they'll finance that low, but they probably will in the DR, which is what we're going to be talking to the loan officer about in light of this situation now. Will you finance $50,000? Yes, I know they'll do that. But will you finance 25 or 20 grand? I don't know if they'll do that. So we'll find out, because they still should be selling. Maybe there'll be a few units left at 50 grand, 53 grand, 52 grand in 2.5, 3 months, December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So we'll go over to ssnlifestyle.com. Make sure you sign up, register now. After we get up to 5 people, we already have 3 or 4. Once we get up to 5, and I think when it hits number 6, the price goes up $50 per person at that point. So that's why you want to be one of the first 5 to sign up for $199. All right. And it's per person. So it's not like you can sign up and bring your wife with you. All right. Or girlfriend or friend. It's per person. So if 2 people are coming, it has to be $199 per person. All right. I hope to see you there. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about tonight? Because we normally on Money Making Mondays, we do delve into the stock market, but not tonight. Not tonight, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Because I'm still jazzed up about this project because it gives potential ordinary citizens can win. I can rent a 1-bedroom 25 minutes from downtown with amenities, and people don't have to worry about going to the mini mart, grocery store, and other amenities 2 miles, 3 miles away. I can market that. People will come and they will say, here's $55 per night. Because remember, the rule here, 0.1% of what you buy is what you want to be able to rent it for. So the only thing I'm going to do, well, I can't even do that right now because there's hardly anything out there. So I was just going to hit up Airbnb and see what's out there, but there's nothing. So there's these little rentals out there, but it's not the same as this. So, but you guys see my point. You will be able to rent a 2-bedroom for $120 per night with the amenities that's supposed to be at Vistancia. People are going to be, because they're going to pay more than that for staying downtown or in Los Corrales for a 2-bedroom per night. So why would you not get a 2-bedroom if you can for $115, $120? Just saying. Those do not rent as much as the rental occupancy rate. I should talk about this. In the Dominican Republic currently, studios and 1-bedrooms are going to rent at a higher occupancy rate. The reason why is because there's so many all-inclusives, and that's generally how many people usually go. And for Airbnb, we know the rates. In Los Corrales, studios and 1-bedrooms rent at $70, 69 to 71% on Airbnb. That's their occupancy rate, the highest in all of La Altagracia. When you start moving up to 2 bedrooms, currently it drops down to roughly around 41% occupancy rate. This is why 0.1% of your purchase price as a nightly rental rate is important. You can start running the numbers based on just what I told you, and then see if you can live with it. And you're going to have to give up 25% to a management company if you want to have a management company handle it. So you'll see you're going to be at least at double digits returns. If you're going to be at 5 or 2 or 3% returns, then don't even bother. That's why you can't buy at a high price. You can't sit there and say, well, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere and I'm going to try and charge somebody $150 a night for a 1 bedroom. That's not going to work. You're not going to be able to buy a $50,000 condo and then think you're going to rent it out for $150, 25 minutes from downtown. All right. You can't even rent a 1 bedroom in Los Corrales for that. And you can barely do it at Cap Cana. So there's no way. In Cap Cana, you will be paying a 1 bedroom for $150,000 to $200,000. You will be buying them out there for right now. And even those people can't rent. They can't get $150 per night for a 1 bedroom condo in Cap Cana, which is upscale. And you damn sure is not going to get it in Los Corrales, because their prices are basically $79 or less for a 1 bedroom in Los Corrales, El Cordecito. So you can get a 1 bedroom rental for $50, $60 a night, $70 any time of year in Los Corrales. That's why it matters how many tourists come on the island. That's why we need another 3 million tourists to come. Even though we've been breaking records, 2027, according to my estimations, we're going to be at, that's where the extra 2 million to 3 million people kick in. If we keep going 10% to 20% annual increases, there comes a time when there's a saturation. Hopefully the saturation is not before they get another 3 million annual tourists, not until they get up into the double digits. Instead of 8 million by air, instead of 9 or 10, when we get to that 11, 12 million by air, and my tipping point is 14 million. That's how I've ran numbers. They need to get it 14 million for everybody to eat, because I think they're going to have too many units for short-term rentals on the market for Airbnb, VRBO, Casa 24, things like that. I just think there'll be too many. So without getting a significant increase of like 100,000 people per week, 150,000, 200,000 people to offset those at the time in 2 or 3 years when there's going to probably be 5,000 units a day potentially up for in the Airbnb pool or short-term rental pools. That's what's probably going to happen, because there's going to be at least 10,000 to 15,000 units in the next 2 years. It's going to be online that people are going to be renting. There's already 1,000 plus people in Punta Cana area. So what's going to happen when all of these projects that have taken 5 years to build, they land? All the units in Vista Cana at our Panorama Garden, Panorama Park. What's going to happen? The other projects out back, Wave Garden. I mean, not Wave Garden, the Wave. And there's so many others. What's going to happen? All those coming online inside Vista Cana, which is pretty significant. What about all the ones downtown? That's also going to be coming online in the next 2 years, year and a half. There's going to be at least another 1,000 units downtown, because people are thinking they're going to be able to rent them out downtown. So you have to understand, if you add 1,000 more units into the rental pool and you don't add like another, out of those 1,000, you don't add another 100,000 people every month, every week, you're going to have a problem. So numbers don't lie. You can't make stuff up. So you got to have a saturation. You have to have enough supply of people coming in. So that's why We can't go with 8 million by air. It has to be 12, 14 million ultimately. Hopefully we get there by year 2027 at the end. Due to Open Skies agreement, which kind of will help, that should get in an extra million from Dominican Airlines themselves, 1 to 1.5 million, because they'll be able to go into the United States. They can go over into whatever airport they want. So that changes a little bit. So I think we'll be able to get 1.5 to 2 million a year just by them. And then we have to hope the American Airlines, who charge sometimes an arm and a leg, they join in the fight and they are able to increase another 2 million, 3 million themselves. So if that happens, that'll get us our 5 million that we need by 2027 going into 2028, and everybody's going to be able to eat. So just keep those type of things in mind. And if there's anything else you guys want to talk about, let me know. But make sure you get in contact with me. I'll have more information tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have some more videos. I'll be making a video about this, but I want the video where I have them standing on the land and we can actually see the water. That's the one I want. I want the money shot. Airbnb has become very expensive. Exactly. All the hidden fees such as cleaning, taxes, etc. are a turnoff. Single room hotels are turning out better options based on location and service. There you go. Victor Morelos hit it right on the head. This is why you can't, first of all, because of the first part that he's talking about, this is why I've always told everybody here, amenities, amenities, amenities matter. Because you're going to lose people when they can just stay at the hotel and it's less of a headache. You just check in your room. You either have house cleaning or not, and you go on about your business. You don't have to worry about, oh, there's some list up on the counter talking about make sure you put the dishes in the dishwasher, or did you take the garbage out? Like, what the hell are you talking about? I don't do that, though, because like I said, I'm different when I do mine, because mine are at condo timeshare hotels in the first place. So it's automatic. But that's why I was always able to get more rentals, because I don't have an additional cleaning fee, because it's included for me. I don't have to pay a fee. So they know I'm not going to charge them. But taxes from the state, city, or county are being added into Airbnb, right? Hotel occupancy type 18%, 10%. And there's no way Airbnb can get out of it. Just like Airbnb in the Dominican Republic will also eventually be taxed. It's already been said. They just haven't done it with their government infrastructure through their Congress. They have not set up the amount. So this will probably be when it reaches their tourism goal, whatever their goal is. That's when all of a sudden they are going to add in, make Airbnb pay, or you have to leave. And Airbnb always caves, because that's the only way they make money, is if they're able to charge rentals. So therefore, if they say something crazy, 18%, then you're going to be even happier that you bought at a lower price, because otherwise you're not going to be making that much money. If they all of a sudden wake up and said, well, it's 18% more for everything you charge, so $100 a night is now $118, plus cleaning fees, plus the Airbnb fee. Next thing you know, you charged $100 a night, Airbnb's charging $175 per night. So just think about it. That's not a good recipe. And people aren't going to be paying $350 per night to stay in your one bedroom when you got all inclusives that's going to charge you $250 per day. And it's all inclusive, all I can eat, all I can drink, and I'm going to be on the beach. That's not going to be good for you. So that's why you have to buy at the $250,000 or under price, in my opinion. The higher the price you pay, the better location. That's how it's supposed to work. And so that's why I like things under 150, 130, 140, if you can still get it. This is rare. You can get it because of where it's located. So again, I highly recommend considering this project. And if Glennie comes back and says everything's good, then it'll be highly recommended even more. It'll move It'll move up my chart. It's not going to be in the top 5 because of certain things, but it'll still be in the top 10 because of Larimar, Cruise on Land, and combinations thereof. So again, it all depends on Larimar. If Larimar turns out where they say there's no mall, there's no hospital, medical facility, there's no golf. Well, there's going to be a golf course. But if they all of a sudden had no golf course and all that stuff, no mall, no golf course, no beach club, now that changes things a little bit because you don't have the amenities there. But that's not going to happen. So just saying. All right. Let's go. I checked a few Airbnbs for our upcoming trips to Europe, and the nightly rates were outrageous. There you go. Hell, many hotels downtown were a lot cheaper. I can try to apply filters, but it's ridiculous. Exactly, Victor Marrero. Exactly. It's the same way because not all cities are tourist cities. Even though some people would say, well, I'm going to Barcelona. I'm going to Vistancia. I'm going to Paris. Those are tourist cities, but other cities outside of those cities may not be, but I might be going down to Marseille, right? So all of a sudden the Airbnbs are more than the hotels, like he's saying, because again, they sometimes already have that 12% fee added from their country. And now that changes the dynamics and the price ends up being, and the hotels overseas is well, quite frankly, you can stay in some very nice hotels for $125 to $150 per night and have a lunch. You can have lunch, impeccable service. There's a bar in the building. I mean, swimming pool up top. I mean, man, spa. Yeah. Yeah. So it's very hard to do Airbnb at a great price without saying, I'm just going to, like when I went to, last time I went Switzerland, I looked at Airbnb and I was like, why am I going to do that when I can stay at in Zurich at the AC hotel was like $124 per night. And it included breakfast. I was just like, well, why am I going to pay the Airbnb like $190? That didn't make any sense. I was like, I'm right by the light rail, right where there's restaurants, mini mart. I'm like, I can just jump on the train. And if anybody doesn't know, when you're in the Eurozone, trains aren't like the trains here in America. They run on time. They're efficient. They move pretty fast, 60 to 80 miles per hour. So we can get anywhere fast. So it's kind of like, what are we doing? I'm not staying at the Airbnb, which is actually in the residential zone. And I still would have to figure transpo to come out. So I'm just like, I'll just stay right here where the tracks are, walk to the station 100 feet down, have my bars and restaurants right here. I mean, $124 a night in Zurich, Switzerland, AC hotel. I mean, crazy stuff. So there's something to be said. As an Airbnb unit owner, you have to put yourself in the renter's shoes. You have to be flexible and not putting all these rules. Some Airbnbs expect you even meet the owner in person. I know. I've never done that. I know. It's crazy. The stuff that I started using Airbnbs, and there's stuff that I'm just like shaking my head because, quite frankly, at my place, because just like Victor Marrero has Margaritaville, my places are similar. So a person, the beauty of it is the person checks in, right? So that eliminates everything. They check in at the front desk, show their ID, whatever. So now they just go and stay in the room and then leave. There's no signs to do anything because housekeeping comes in and handles it. So in my bookings, I don't have nothing extra. I don't say you have to clean anything. You don't have to do anything extra. And people notice. They're like, so they start asking, hey, I noticed you didn't have a cleaning fee. What's the cleaning fee? No, in fact, I had somebody today ask me this. Then somebody just asked me, well, what about the resort fee? Do I have to pay another fee when I come? I'm just like, no, we don't do that either. I'm just like, no, you don't have to do that. And the reason they ask that is because I do condo timeshare hotels and the hotels charge a resort fee. But if you're an owner, you don't have to pay a resort fee. Owners and guests don't pay a resort fee. So that's why they're asking, because they're looking around and they're like, well, how come I have to pay if I'm doing it, staying with these people? They put all these fees, and how come you don't? Do I have to pay for parking in some instances? No, if you're a guest. But if you're like in Hawaii or something, it depends. Some places, no. Some places, yes. So, but you have to live with it. But that's the whole point. If you can eliminate any additional cost, you win. Again, free parking, you win. Downtown, Punta Cana, what's going to happen? I'm asking for every major city. When you have a lot of tourists, are they going to allow free parking? I know in the condo sections, they are probably. You get your one parking space. But if people start driving there more often, what's going to happen when you come downtown to go? What I'm saying is, people who are staying downtown, where are you going to park at? To go to Coco Bongo, where are you going to park at? To go to the El Patio and restaurants that's down there. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to park at? You're visiting a friend. You're going to park in his spot, but his spot is taken. Where are you going to park? Okay, residential neighborhood. It's full because other guests are hanging out with their friends there. Where are you going to park at? There's going to be parking areas. It's going to cost you money eventually. But nonetheless, this is exactly what you need to think about. Victor Moreau, exactly right. Plus, you have a human being you can talk to at the lobby if you have a problem. Exactly. Plus, many hotels even give you breakfast. Yep. Yes, you have pools, bars, and are closer to public transport. Exactly, because it's built for a hotel. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to understand. When you're buying these condo hotels, no matter where they are, this is why I fear that you are going to take an L. You are going to take an L. There is nothing in the playbook for rentals, short-term rentals, overnight rentals. There is no playbook that has a hotel say, thank you for checking in, but unfortunately, you're not staying here. So since you're not staying here at the hotel, you're going to go stay in our other section, that condo hotel section that's on the golf course. Well, what do you mean? The golf course, it's a half a mile over there. That's not even a thing. That's crazy. So when people are saying you're having a condo and you're calling it a condo hotel just because you have a lobby and a restaurant, it's still condos on the golf course with a pool. That is not a condo hotel in reality. Most people in their brains are going to think hotel. Victor Morel, like he's talking here. Pool, bar, fitness room. Close to hotel amenities. Where a hotel is, they're usually going to be by the beach, right? They're not just going to be in some random neighborhood. Think about it. When you go on vacation, do you say, hey, man, you go get your hotel room, and you're going to see sitting there thinking, yeah, I'm hanging out in this hotel room that's by the golf course. Cool. What's happening? Where is everything? Oh, dude, you're staying over here by the golf course. There's nothing over here. Well, where's the mini mart? Where's the grocery store? It's not here, man. This is a golf course. What are you talking about? What's up at the clubhouse? What do you think? A spa? A gym? I mean, showers? I mean, what do you think's up at the clubhouse? It's not like, this is crazy when you think about it. It's like, hold on a second. That's it? I'm paying extra premium because I'm on a golf course? Seriously? No hotel services whatsoever. Nothing. Crazy to me. Again, that's not even a thing, but DR is trying to pull it off. It's trying to pull it off. And once you meet the owner, he or she does a walkthrough to explain you the rules. I know. That's treating you like a child. Just give me a door code to get in and leave me alone. Owners don't do that. Exactly. That's exactly right, Victor Morero. We don't do that. None of this. This is all crazy to me. And yes, there has been a few times on these Airbnbs where people are calling you up and it's like, oh, you can't check in. The room's not ready. It's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I'll come drop off the key for you. stuff like that, with no lobby, nowhere to chill out. So you're chilling out by the pool, or you go get something to eat. But again, it's these cheapy places you stay at, condo with a pool. So now you have to leave your luggage. You got to drop off at security. And even then, I'm wiggy about anything, in this case, DR. I don't like leaving anything anywhere. I don't care about security or not. Generally, everything's fine, but they got characters. So, but the point is, all of that is what you want to avoid. And this is like a short-term rental lessons to avoid. You don't want to really start charging people, making all these crazy rules. When you rent to somebody, you are taking a risk, is the way I look at it. If you're worried about plates getting busted, glasses getting broken, things like that, accidents or not, then you probably shouldn't be doing short-term rentals. All right. If you're worried about pillows being stolen, sheets being messed up, things of this nature, then you probably shouldn't be in the short-term rental business. The reason is things are going to happen, and that should be in your budget. You can have like a hotel that says if you break something, you're going to pay for it. You can do that. That's fine. But if you really break something, like you tear down the TV off the wall, of course we're going to charge you. But a glass broken, a plate broken, I'm kind of like, you're my guest. I'll go pay the $5, $10 for whatever you just broke. Just thank you for staying. I mean, I'm not going to hem them up over a plate breaking or glasses breaking or how many glasses are in the room. Hey, there's 6 glasses, 10 plates, all this. I've stayed in a place that said that. Where was that at? It was here, not here, in the DR. I opened up the cabinet and the lady had the list of everything that was in the cabinets. In case it was missing, there was actually a charge next to it. I said, this is funny. That was pretty wild. I was like, that is too much. But again, if you're fickle about that type of stuff, then you probably shouldn't be doing short-term rentals. And your price should reflect, if something is broken, you should have that price already in there. I mean, if somebody breaks a plate or something, you should have more than one plate to replace it. It's not worth the headache I shouldn't say headache. It's not worth it. A person comes and stays. They accidentally mess up your place. You shouldn't be going, hey, man, you need to give me $10 for that little plate you broke or glass you broke or whatever. You should just let them walk out. So then when they leave you the review and they say, yes, it was an excellent stay, no problems, no issues, no nothing. And they may say that if you tried to charge them too. But in my mind, I've been doing this so long, I don't even want to deal with it. Clean it up, housekeeping, clean it up. And then even they may charge me. But oftentimes the stuff I do, they don't even charge me. So, but the point I'm trying to make is anytime your customer is the most comfortable, if something breaks, there's no big deal. Okay, man, thanks for letting me know. I'll replace it. See you later. Check out. You know, people send me before they're getting ready to check out because they're used to these little rules. They'll send me before. I just kind of laugh. They send me a message the night before they're getting ready to check out and say, hey, do I have to clean up the dishes? Do I have to put the garbage out or do anything with the garbage? And I just kind of laugh because I already know what I'm going to say. No, hell no. But it's funny that people ask because at other Airbnbs, they're telling people to do this or they're going to charge them more. So that's why I don't charge for cleanup. I don't tell them to put dishes in the dishwasher. I don't say put the garbage out front or take him out to the garbage. No, we have housekeeping for that. That's what I always write back. You don't have to do anything. Housekeeping will handle it. You can just leave. And then some people just on their own, they'll kind of spiff up stuff and do whatever, but it don't matter. The same thing's going to happen whether it's dirty or not. Some housekeeping's coming in to clean it up. So you should be able to just go. I'm not going to sit there and tell you to do it. And that's how you want to set it up, ladies and gentlemen, in reality. That gives you an advantage. All right. Change of topic. Sad day in sports today. Another sports figure passed away. I heard stories of owners expecting you to wash. Yes, Victor Marrero. Exactly. Wash dishes, even putting linen inside the wash. Yes, that even happened to me too in the DR. That happened too. My understanding is that Airbnb received many complaints and they eliminated that. No, they didn't eliminate it. It's just that they change your listing. What I'm getting at is Airbnb might have eliminated whatever that is, but when you come in, people have a list on the counter. When you leave, man, it's crazy. Because in the DR, I started renting a whole bunch of different spaces because I needed to know the locations. And there was one where they said, "Can you put the stuff in the washing machine? Because our housekeeping will be over in an hour or so. Can you put the stuff in the washing machine, put some soap in and press play?" I was like, that's different. He's right. I mean, there's all kind of different things that people are doing because it costs them money. So just keep that in mind. All right. Dikembe Mutombo and Pete Rose passed away today. Oh, wow. That's why Roland Martin had that going on. That's very interesting. I saw Roland Martin with Dikembe Mutombo pictures all over his Instagram, and I was like, what's going on with that? Pete Rose, man, wow. And he never got in the Hall of Fame either during his lifetime. That's a shame. At Paul Castillo, I know that was sad. Cancer has taken many from the earth. He was young too. Exactly. I believe 59 years old. Exactly. Crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to run. All right. The beautiful wife has arrived. So once again, you know, when she shows up looking hot, that's a good night. All right. So once again, thank you everybody for being here. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. support@stopstrugglingnow.com by email, or go to our WhatsApp group. That will be great. And once again, the WhatsApp is in the chat room. And if I suggest Vistancia is something you should seriously look at, yes, cancer is first. You know, this is pretty serious for everybody here. You know, I don't really get into the subject matter too often, but there is a thing. If you're an American citizen, you have to understand what you are eating in America is oftentimes poison. You don't understand. There are chemicals in our food that is banned in countries around the world that they can't sell our products in other countries. And they know it's cancer causing, and they're giving it to you and allowing it to be sold in the grocery stores. Okay, this is craziness. So there's a reason why there's a rise on cancer. And then, as the doctors say, first day of school, we're not here to cure anything. We're only here. We're only here to make sure you have to come back. That's basically it. They're not trying to cure nothing. So just keep that in mind. Every now and then there's a breakthrough, but the one breakthrough is cancer, the tumor. So that's what you want to make sure you do, right? Do you have my numbers, honey? Okay. That's what you want to do, ladies and gentlemen. So again, I got to run, but I can't get into that subject matter of this tonight. But anyhow, that is sad, man, and it's crazy. So everybody, I love you very much. Thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate all the support. Make sure you smash the like button on the way out, and please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And once again, make sure you stay safe. Make sure you understand what's going on. Because not everybody has the same mindset, and there's a lot of stress going on. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.